to life. So you said, and I quote, "He just wants some loving. He's got a library and a cat. I mean, come on, give the man some loving." Is that on your Tinder bio?
I think that still stands today.
So how do you, with those kind of directions in mind of this is a man who feels, how do you go about approaching that other than just feeling? Was that a good question?
Loving the arm movements there, that's very, very interesting. I think the difficulty is when you record something like this, you are on your own. So you're not bouncing off other actors, you're not gauging anything from anybody else, you're having to do it in your imagination. And I've said it before in other things where you are 5 years old again and you've been given a stick and said, "That's your sword. Now go out into the woods and attack all the armies that are coming towards you when there's nobody there." And you have to then do that as an adult and put that into those realms. And it's really exciting. I found it really, it's difficult because it's something that you once did and then you don't do it because then your play and what you're doing is with other folk, and now you're having to do that all over again. So it's relearning what you learned as a kid and then putting it almost into a professional environment.
That's a fascinating philosophy. Yeah, going back to your roots.
You have to go back to being a child, running around, fully believing that the stick you have just found is the greatest stick that anybody will ever find, and therefore going off and attacking some sort of druid grove. But doing that in a very small room, covered in cameras, in a black leotard.
Because you also talk about, in another interview, you talked about how, because of the nature of this game and the nature of the script, that you guys have to do a lot of varying different paths and changes and things, and you referred to it as, quote, a mind fuck. So talk to us about some of the challenges. I've been thorough in my research, Jim.
You only did this whole character.
That's extraordinary.
I don't just come on here and go, you guys are in the game, right?
I think you've actually done more research than anyone who's ever interviewed. That's amazing.
Really?
Pulling up quotes for us.
Watch this. Tracy Wiles was in Chicken Run the game.
Yeah.
I brought this up the first and only other time I've interviewed you, and you actually looked at me and went, "How did you find that out?" on IMDb.
Did you ask me that the last time, did you?
I did, and another one, and you sort of hit me on the leg and went,
Did I
"We're
give you
not
a funny
talking."
look then as well?
Yeah.
But you're back with it again. Love you.
Sorry, I did it in front of way more people this time.